I've never met somebody who wants to get fatter and be weaker. So I'm just going to assume that leaner and stronger is your intention. Now, everybody wants a custom program for them. There's definitely a lot of people who will say, well, everybody's different, find out what's right for you. And it's really weird because you can look at thousands of studies and they have a test group and a control group. They don't have an array of 20 different groups because find out what's right for you. Because apparently when it comes to science, that's not really a thing. Hi, my name is John Jaquish. I'm a doctor of biomedical engineering, which gives me a unique perspective on lots of different stuff. Today, I'm going to be talking about the diet that you are looking for. Now, why would I call it that? Number one, I don't like labels. So like the carnivore diet, there's an infinite number of definitions for what that is. The flexible diet is really just kind of falls apart into just eat whatever the hell you want as long as it's a calorie deficit, which is clearly ignores the fact that you're an organism and you have hormones and different foods trigger different hormonal responses, which if applied incorrectly could make you even fatter while you're trying to do the right thing. So let's back it up and try and find out if there is a style of eating that has the greatest likelihood of your success. Now, I'm assuming your success will revolve around being lean and being strong. I've never met somebody who wants to get fatter and be weaker. So I'm just going to assume that leaner and stronger is your intention. Now, everybody wants a custom program for them. And there's definitely a lot of people who will say, well, everybody's different, find out what's right for you. And it's really weird because you can look at thousands of studies and they have a test group and a control group. They don't have an array of 20 different groups because find out what's right for you. Because apparently when it comes to science, that's not really a thing. Also, I think the find out what's right for you just gives people sort of a cop-out. There's just no logic or science behind that. When we look at nutrition, and I know that's going to let a lot of people down. A lot of people are really like every once in a while, I see somebody post something in response to something I've said, and it's like, well, I do better with high carbohydrates. Okay. I mean, I don't know what do better means. Like maybe you have a better mood or attitude. I believe that, but the research says what the research says, and no, you don't. And there's a lot of psychological aspect to this. So much of what, like, there's a study that shows that people who like believe in low carbohydrate nutrition don't seem to need carbohydrates. And then the people who believe they do need it, if they don't have carbohydrates, they will not do well at whatever the athletic endeavor is right after that. So apparently it's more psychological than anything. The specific nutrition program that I feel like is the closest thing to what people are looking for is called, and very specifically called, a Protein Sparing Modified Fas. It's not a fast, even though it's called that. And it prioritizes protein. So what we've seen, and I think it's very odd that if you search for fasting on Google Scholar or PubMed, chances are you won't find protein sparing modified fasting research. You have to specifically search for that string of terms in that order. For whatever conspiracy theory, or maybe it's just a coincidence, I don't know, but seems to be difficult to find unless you specifically search for it. What this is prioritizing protein and the highest quality of protein supplementation, most specifically. So essential amino acids would be a great option. Maybe beef protein isolate would be another good option, because these are the two proteins that are most readily usable by the body. So like, whey protein is 18% usable by the body. Vegetable protein is only 9% usable by the body. So you can have 250-gram shakes, and that really is only 9 grams of usable essential amino acids. So that's a lot of stuff to choke down and very little value. So vegetable protein, no, that's not what you want. You get either the beef protein or the essential amino acids, and then very lean meats. So you want to cut your fat low. You want as close to no carbohydrates or very low carbohydrates, depending on your level of comfort with that. And then you want protein, and you want to get well beyond 1 gram per pound of body weight. So I'll go like, I weigh 220, 230, kind of bounce in there, and I'll go all the way up to 300 grams of protein in a day, and very low carbohydrates, very low fats, and I stay incredibly lean. I don't believe in going all the way to shredded levels because your body's just fighting you. So, right around, for a man, 10% body fat, for a woman, maybe 17% or 18%. And you can hover right in there by doing a couple days of protein sparing modified fasts, and then bump your fats up on, whether it's whatever the interval is, where you can stay really lean and feel healthy and happy while at the same time having enough energy to do all of your workouts. Because you got to feel good. You got to feel good to train hard, and training hard is the top priority. So try this in the context of, especially if you've tried carnivore before. I think some carnivore promoters have fats way too high. Like I see people eating sticks of butter like candy bars. Like, man, you don't need to do that. And that's not even really doing you big favors. I think that's just sort of silly. Maybe it's a great attention grabbing thing to do on video, but yeah, don't eat sticks of butter. The protein is what you're after. And if protein comes with some fats, okay. But for the most part, during this protein sparing modified fast, and the way I do it, I do protein sparing modified fasts 1 meal a day on weekdays. And then weekends, I'll bump the fats up to like 100 grams. So 300 grams of protein, 100 grams of fats, maybe 20 grams of carbohydrates at maximum. That's always sort of my max. So it's not zero carbs, but it's pretty low. And then do that. And then on the weekdays, it might be 50 grams of fats, 300 grams of protein, and 20 grams of carbohydrates. So not a big change from weekday to weekend, but that's called fat cycling. So we got the fat cycling and then the protein sparing modified fast on the weekdays. I think if you do that, you're going to get exactly what you're looking for, and you're not going to need to struggle to get it. If this video helped you, I want you to subscribe and follow. I'm going to put out videos on a regular basis. I think they're going to help a whole lot of people, especially if you're one of those people that doesn't just instantly grow from lifting regular weights. We've got the answer for you.